Responding to haters part 2. One of my videos on TikTok went viral recently, currently at 1 million views. If you haven't followed my TikTok, click the link below, go follow my TikTok. The clip was one of my guests asking me, why does it sometimes happen with some men when they really love their partner, they really love the woman, but they really struggle to do sexual things to her? Some people have some more stuff to say, so let's take a look. The more a man loves and cares about women, the harder it is for him to sexually objectify her. Now
So, I actually have an opposing take on this, and I understand where this person's coming from, but
there's always a but coming.
also feel like black and white perspectives like this can be really harmful, especially for young girls who might be getting into relationships. It is totally possible to really like someone and be extremely sexually into them. In fact, that is
Okay, no one is saying that it's not. Wait. How is this harmful to really young girls? Surely it just helps young women and older women understand maybe an element of men that they didn't understand before.
is a sign of a pretty healthy and holistic relationship.
I agree with her. Yeah, it is.
Not being able to sexually connect with someone that you really like can actually be a sign of severe emotional unavailability. And this is something that's not coming from me. It's coming from my psychologist who has a PhD.
Yeah, it could be severe emotional unavailability, but we already talked about a man who loves his woman. Like, we're talking about a man in a relationship who loves his girlfriend or his wife, right? But he doesn't want to do certain sexual things. So saying that he's emotionally unavailable, he wouldn't be in the relationship if he was, no?
And, you know, she shared that when someone is very emotionally unavailable, that they may not be able to sexualize someone that they really like.
That, I would argue, it's actually the exact opposite. It's usually guys who are emotionally unavailable are the ones who over-sexualize women. That's why they just go from woman to woman to woman. And these women are like, what the hell? You're like emotionally unavailable, but you can have sex with me all day long. What the hell's going on? But I'd say the opposite even happens more.
And that is actually a problem.
I mean, she had a couple of good points there in terms of, yes, of course, you can be in a relationship and sexualize your partner. Yes, sexual objectification does come in relationships. It's part of having a healthy relationship. When you look at your partner, you go, ooh, I just want to rip your clothes off, because it's consensual. There's nothing wrong with sexual objectification as long as it's consensual. We all do it. But yeah, sometimes if a guy wants to protect a woman, guys have that natural, instinctual energy to protect the woman that they care about, because men show love through sacrifice and through protection, then yeah, there may be some sexually degrading things. He just finds it very hard to see in his wife, especially if she's the mother of his children. That's not saying they shouldn't work on it, but listen, it's 60 seconds. She asked me, why does this sometimes happen with men? And that's why.
I had a conversation with a guy. He said, and I never thought about it like this, when you have a woman and she's your wife,
The type of foolishness make woman no one get married, or make woman freedom and then something. You're married to one lady.
I don't know what he's saying. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what he's saying.
You love her. Why you don't want to fulfill all of your sexual desires with her?
Oh, why you don't want to fulfill your sexual desires with her? In a perfect world, everybody would be able to fulfill their sexual desires with their partners. But sometimes you have to work on it together and have an open mind about it. That's just part of a relationship. And sometimes there can be feelings where maybe the man doesn't want to have sex with the woman for this. And sometimes there is instances where the woman doesn't want to have sex with the man. And you work on it together. Look at that baby face. He's so smooth.
That don't make no sense. You go outside, go fulfill your sexual desires. They never understand these niggas nowadays. And
Yo, what the hell did you just call me? He just called me the N-word. How the hell?
Old man them nowadays. No, me not do that with no wife. Then who you gonna do it with? Who are you going to do it with?
He wants to do it with his wife, but he can't. He has a mental block. I've explained this. I've explained it.
when you have a woman and she's your wife, there's certain things you just don't want to do sexually.
Okay, this just blows me because, like, weren't y'all having sex before you got married? Weren't y'all discussing your desires and needs sexually before you got married?
We're not talking about not having sex. She says, why does it sometimes a guy doesn't want to do certain sexual things with the woman? Look, there are so many different ways of having sex. Okay, you can have passionate love sex. You can have when it's just purely lustful, when it's heat and you're just like rabbits. And then you have like BDSM stuff where it's like really degrading. You know, I don't say degrading, but Actually, yeah, it is, where somebody has full control over somebody else, right? And some people, that's what turns them on. There's nothing wrong with that. But if a man feels that certain things are degrading, he may not want to do that with his woman because he loves her and he has this level of protective energy around her.
So you never talked about like your sexual desires between each other and what you like and dislike sexually before you decided to marry this person?
Well, yeah, you should do that. You should do that.
So now that you're married, you don't want to like slut her out per se or like do nasty things to her because y'all are married? Y'all should be doing the nasty, dirty things that y'all need to be doing to each other because y'all are married and y'all could do those nasty ass fucking dirty things to each other. And I'm gonna say it like that.
I'm not disagreeing with you. Some people like to watch something and the world reflects what you see. If you see someone giving an honest take about trying to understand something from a different perspective, if you look at the world in a pure everything is toxic and everything is just out to get you, manipulate you, that's what you're gonna see. That's not my fault. It's not my problem. But you live the life you choose.
And debate me or don't debate me if you want, but that's just how I fucking feel. Y'all should be able to do those nasty, dirty things to each other because, baby, it's in the bedroom of y'all marriage. Like, do those nasty, dirty things because y'all can, because y'all in a fucking marriage and it's gonna be between y'all. If I'm ever married and what, again, and like, in a relationship,
Yeah, you should definitely do those things with your partner if that's what you and your partner want to do. Some people want to do the craziest, as she said, sluttiest stuff, and some people don't. I think it's people's sexual appetites can change and evolve over time. There could be some things that that was just what you wanted then, and then you grow with someone or you get to a different point in your life, you're like, yo, I really want to try getting choked out. I really want to try getting slapped. I really want to try doing it through the back door. I don't know. Some people have that thing. And if that change does come and that appetite does come, then talk to your partner. No one's saying that, okay? No one's saying you shouldn't. Why do people misinterpret stuff on purpose? I feel like they do it on purpose.
we're gonna be doing nasty, dirty things. Like, that's my husband. Like,
I wonder where's your husband? She should have done a video with her husband, see what he said.
I don't know about y'all, but I want to be doing all the things. Like, just because you're married, that means you can't do all the things. Like, it's like y'all just expect marriage to be like boring and like missionary. Like,
Yo, someone else said this in the previous video. Why does everybody just assume like, oh, sexual things is anything outside of missionary? Like, how? Like, doing things outside of missionary is not pushing the bar. Yo, if you think that doing sexual things is anything outside of missionary, maybe you're not as crazy as you think. But that was fun. Listen, have you guys watched the video, right? Tell me what you think. Am I making sense, right? Or are they just kind of, misinterpreting it? Obviously, I think they're misinterpreting it, clearly. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, tell me in the comments below. Thank you for tuning in, guys, and I will see you in the next video. And as always, keep it slick.
How?